So if any of you ever want me to talk about a certain type of story or have any questions, you can always let me know. This is the other question that I got. What am I an expert at? And I didn't want to say like, oh, I'm good at rapping, singing, comedy, stuff that I already do on the channel. I want to talk about my first well, I say comedy is my first love, but also there is another first love, which is basketball. I consider myself an expert of shooting hoops. My anxiety always tries to get in my way of my skill, but if I didn't have anxiety, I would probably be in the Harlem Globetrotters or something like that. Um, I wanted to be in the NBA when I was a kid. I guess I don't know if this is important backstory or not, but I got all uh, all the NBA DVDs, and I got the video games, and I the T-shirts, everything. I went to My mom sent me to basketball camps. That's one thing I forgot to say in my last story time. But I my first dream was to be in the NBA, but my problem was I didn't like to run, and I was always a little overweight. Um, I was really good at defense too at one point, like I, especially blocking. Um, it just gave me so much joy. Um, like I looked up to like greats like Bill Russell, um, learn how to block, and especially like block. I studied Dennis Rodman with rebounds to when I rebound to tap it to somebody else if you can't get two hands on it, and I learned from um, Karl Malone. This is probably a dirty play, but I like to swing my elbows after I got a rebound to make sure people didn't come after me. Um, I just, but I mainly just loved shooting the basket. Um, I just loved the way it looked for some reason. I just fell in love with it. Um, there was a basketball hoop um, at my old house, and I remember telling myself, I'm gonna get great at that. I remember when I was like 3 years old, I got one of those little basketball hoops that you give to children. So I guess technically basketball was my first love because I didn't really like comedy came a little bit later, or like filming myself or whatever. Um, like I probably, if you give me 4 shots, I can probably hit if I've been hot, if I've been hitting all my shots, I could hit a half court shot in about 4 shots. Um, when I'm hot, I know I'll hit like 10 in a row easily. Like I said, though, my anxiety always gets to me. But when I would always do the best in games when I'm tired. Because when I was tired, I wasn't thinking too much about my anxiety because I was just tired. I was kind of out of it. Like, that helped me just relax. I was a six man for a while. I almost got into this like elite basketball thing for kids. They said they wanted me, but they never called me back. My problem was I hogged the ball too much and shot it like, but I was making a good percentage. I was For some reason I was more anxious at school than at the YMCA. At the YMCA, I could probably hit like 45% of my shots, but for middle school, I was more anxious because it seemed more serious, so I probably would hit like 30, 35 then. But I would come in and just like right on the corner where people were told to guard the basket. There's power forward in the center were right here, the shooting guard and the small forward over here. I would just take the baseline. They leave it open every time. It sucked because when high school hit, the reality like everybody kind of caught up to me, like skill wise, and I got more anxious because high school seemed a lot more serious. So at some point I quit and started to rap instead because they told me if I didn't know the plays I couldn't play. I'd just go in and shoot the rock. I didn't know plays or whatever. Sometimes it's a bad habit when I'm playing pickup that I just shoot it every time. My teammates have to remind me, hey, pass the ball. But I'm a lot better than I used to be. Still, I am a shooter. That's that's primarily what you're supposed to do. Catch and shoot it. That's you don't make any shots if you don't shoot it, and shooters shoot the ball. It's an oxymoron. It's like you try to find a balance to how much to shoot it versus not shoot it. I don't know, it just gives me joy. That's the type of thing that gets me out of my head with YouTube and TikTok and rap and all that and music. It'd be a lot more stressful if I continued to make every single aspect of my life into video form and getting judged. I guess some of the spark lost. I still take it really seriously. The last couple of times I got angry because I was, I was depressed. I'm actually not depressed anymore, but I was depressed, and that's one symptom, quick to anger, and I just shouted at people last couple of times. I'm like, I don't want to go back, and these people are just making me mad, because they just, I'm a very competitive person. And when you pair me with someone else that's very competitive, it's not good because my level of competitiveness is probably here and other people's is up here. So they want me up here, and I'm just trying to have fun, Yeah, I'm trying to take it seriously enough, but at the same time, I'm just there to have fun. I'm not there to... That's what kind of ruined the game for me when I got too serious, like in high school, and just... Basketball is meant to have fun, And if you're good enough, that's good for you. That you can, if you can go to the NBA or anything, or even college, or the D League, whatever, or the G League they call it now. I should call it the D League. That's funny. Bunch of dicks. I'm kidding. I wasn't calling anyone a dick. The D League, haha, dick joke. But I used to just shoot hoops all the time, with my grandma or in my yard. I had this basketball hoop. It was everything to me at one point, but as you get older, you get more interest in sometimes that overtakes other things, and I just found a different dream and fell in love with music and comedy, and I'm just still going strong with it. Basketball, you guys know I'm overweight, so that's kind of something that wasn't really going to, like I said, I never liked running. I always would get anxious when I ran. I always felt like I never was doing a good enough job. Um, I don't know, like, I had trouble breathing right. Like, I'd like, so it's like, that kind of disappointed me now. Like, even with pickup, like, I just can't run up and down the floor like everyone else can. Like, I walk and I jog and I do what I can, and then if people just like start complaining, I'm just like, I'm 320 pounds, you know, like I'm like Shaq, literally. I'm literally like the weight of Shaquille O'Neal, but only shorter, and um, he wasn't a huge runner either, but it just sucks because there's like parts of it that I just don't like. There's parts of music I don't like. I'm liking recording a lot better now. Now I'm getting better at it, and it's easier for me. Um, but that's still not something. That's not my favorite thing about music and comedy. It's not my favorite thing if people don't take me seriously when I'm trying to be serious, or when people disrespect me and forget I'm a person. Like, yeah, I'm playing an act up here or just trying to be funny, but people still like, you know, like, I just hate disrespect. Like I said a couple of videos ago, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I used to shoot like this. Now I started shooting like that. Like, yeah. I can, if I'm on the sideline, out of bounds, against a wall, I can make that shot a lot. That's, um, I did make a video recently where I was chucking the ball behind me. I was at the like, well past the 3-point line, just going backwards with it. It was like about 30 shots until I made it. But, like, I guess I'm good at shooting. I knew how to even do that backwards, and like where to position the ball. It's all about muscle memory. If you know, if you usually if I make the first one, I'm gonna be hot. But if I miss the first one, I'll be less hot, or at least a bit more inconsistent with it. Like, it's a lot about confidence, but just going and playing pickup really helps my confidence. But sometimes I just don't score. I can't shoot it well, and it just breaks my confidence. So it's like, I can't really put it all into basketball or anything else. That's a bad habit of mine, but it's fun, you know. If you made the shot every time, it'd be boring. So, you know, gotta take the good with the bad. Yeah, I was, you know, I'm good at steals. Well, I used to be a lot better. I did steal it from like the best player there the other day. I don't know. I kind of pushed him a little bit. Like, I didn't like. I have this trick where, like, if people are dribbling past me, like, as I go past, like, with my, like, guarding my other player, I try to swipe at the ball, and like, it finally worked. Like, I've been trying that for like so long, and finally I got a steal. I'm not as good as I used to be because I don't play as often, but I know how to block. I don't know. A lot of things just became harder because when people got better, you know, it's like, how do I say it? I was really good to begin. I was good to begin with, but then people caught up to me. If that makes sense. But that's what I'm an expert at. People know that I can shoot. Like, I'm gonna have my off days, but that doesn't take away the fact that I can shoot it. One time at the Y with pickup, I probably hit like 7 out of 7 or 8 out of 8. Like, when I'm really feeling it, I'm feeling it. Like I said, when I'm tired, or so, like, I'll purposely like go to bed later, for basketball, just to be more tired if I remember. I should start taking some anti-anxiety before I go to play basketball. But when something's a dream, you take it more seriously. Now it's just a hobby, and we all need hobbies to get away from our careers or our passion projects. You know what I mean? Just to it kind of brings me back to good old times. Like, it's that nostalgia. I get a nostalgia kick from it every time I play it, because it's like it just reminds me when I was a kid. And I try not to take it too seriously, because I already take it seriously enough. I don't need other people like, this is my zone. This is what I'm good at. I don't take criticism too well in my hobbies, because it's like, I'm just trying to have fun. Like, I can understand if you give me one critique a game, that's fine. But like, if there's like 2-3 people coming at me, I'm like, bro, like, especially when I'm depressed, like, bro, I just need this. So, because I'm a perfectionist, but that's why, like, I couldn't just say, oh, I'm a great shooter. I'm really talented with that. A great shooter said I was a great shooter too. Like, people consider him one of the best around. So I don't give myself enough credit. So I love shooting 3-pointers. That's my favorite. When I was in middle school and stuff, middle school was more like mid-range jumpers. We didn't really shoot threes very often in middle school back in the day, but this is like way before Stephen Curry and stuff, and 11-year-olds weren't shooting 3-pointers all the time. Yeah, so that's kind of what kind of made it suck, because like all these kids started shooting threes, and I'm just like, I was the one that was originating this, and now everybody's doing it. I don't know. It's just because of Stephen Curry's thing. I I am I'm not good at dribbling. I barely make it. Anytime I dribble the ball up the floor, it's an instant turnover, because I just can't. I'm the worst dribbler there. Like, I can only dribble from like to drive, or to just be passable, or drive to like I like to take a step away from people to get a shot off. That's and again, like I said, my athleticism was not good. They were like telling me to get back on D. I'm like, bro, I'm I'm fat as shit, or I said something like that. I'm like, I'm too fat for this shit. That's what I said. I'm like, he's like, then don't shoot the ball, and that pissed me off. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna shoot the ball, because this is the YMCA. And you're treating this like it's NBA Finals here. Oh, good to Mister. Like, I understand I'm supposed to get back, but he just made it so he made me, the way he words stuff makes me so angry. But anyway, I don't want us to say, like, it just brings me joy. I just like looking at a swish. It just, like, looking at the ball going inside the net always intrigued me. I did shoot a bunch of 3-pointers when I was a kid, though, at the park. I remember that. When I was like 11 or 12, I started shooting 3-pointers. Mid-range, or not mid-range, literally 3-pointers. I would consider myself a sharpshooter, and people know not to leave me open. Sometimes people do leave me open, though, because, like, I get anxious and worried if I'm going to miss it. But that's because they're too focused on everything else, I think. It's not anything against me. Sometimes you're just left open. But it's a lot more, it's a bit of a challenge, even pick up basketball. It's, you can't just shoot it willy-nilly. You gotta, that's what I gotta learn to try to, I know how to pinpoint passes. Like, I'm really good at passing too. Like, when I want to pass, like, I can see an open man and hit the ball exactly where it needs to be, like a bounce pass, or like, however, to like hit them exactly where they need it to go. I take a lot of joy in that too, setting other people up, because I forget too often that I'm supposed to pass too. But when I do, it's fun. What else is there? Just I'm not as good at my short shots anymore. Like I'm just out of practice, because I practice my 3-pointers a lot more than inside. So, like, I'm actually starting to miss, like, every 4th or 5th shot inside, and people tell me, just don't shoot. And I'm like, that's so rude. Like, everyone deserves to shoot, Like, everyone deserves to try to make it. Like, there was one time I got the offensive rebound, shot it, hit the rim, got it again, shot it, hit the rim again. It's just like, I get nervous, man. It's just, my friend always tries to tell me, like, it's just basketball, it's just fun. This is just the YMCA. But, like, my competitive spirit just, like, I think it's good to take stuff seriously, because it means you care about it. But I'm trying to find that line from caring to just taking it easy. Not easy, but, like, relaxing about stuff. Yeah, I was a 6 man. I'd come in and just shoot shots, and yeah, probably 45% at the 45% at the Y, and probably 35. Like, that's not great or whatever. I'd always get nervous if it was, like, in a game and whatever. So, like, I always did worse. Like, I had trouble, especially in high school, because, like, I didn't do like I said, I just shot it whenever I got it. But anyway, I'm too hard on myself. Like, most people can't make 3-pointers like I can. I can hit range, even like 3/4 quarter court. If you give me about 30 shots, I could hit one from 3/4, on the other end, at the other foul line. I could. So, I mean, statistically, like I said earlier, it's all statistically. Like, when I said 1 and 4 for the half court, statistically. Might make more, might make less. It's hard to gauge, but I wore this yellow jacket once because my dad gave it to me, and it was the ugliest thing. It was bright yellow, and my friend's mom called me Rubber Ducky. That was my nickname. I'd always get my parents to record the games because I was obsessed. I'd like, of course, me with videos, like basketball and videos together is like, like when I do decide to do a basketball video, I'm really proud of it. But I try not to make a habit of it because, like, it's got to stay my hobby, of course. But you know what? I'm gonna put in the shot that I was talking about that I did backwards. I'm gonna edit it in this video so you guys can see what I did.
Oh! Did that go in?
And I'll put it in here. And let's just leave out on a high note like that. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Like I said, if there's any other questions you have about my life that I can make a story, go ahead and I'll try to answer them if I can. And I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.